Hey guys, welcome back to the Stuff of Legend. My name is D'Lo, and I've got some news for you guys. I wanted to go over all of the upcoming TV shows for superheroes that are going to take place between now and the end of 2018, so that you guys have a good watch list to look forward to. So, first off, I want to say that the first one, which just aired, is actually Iron Fist season two. Season two, yes. So this one just happened. It released September 7th, and I've already seen it. It is amazing. It was such an improvement over the first season, which had a lot of issues. My wife and I still enjoyed the show, but we had a lot more fun watching number two because it was just better writing, better script. The story was much more cohesive, and it was really easy to lock onto who the villains are, who is the enemy here. And then there was some subplots that were really nice. It was just a much better show all around with season two. And so that came out already. So if you guys haven't seen Iron Fist, check that out. So that one's already on Netflix. You can find that on Netflix. It's already up there. It's good to go. Now, coming up in just 3 days is The Gifted. So The Gifted, if you guys didn't see that before, is it's a really good show. Really good show on Fox. I would check this one out and give it some love. If you guys enjoyed the first season with like the Purifiers, and it kind of like dabbles into the Hellfire Club towards the end a little bit. I'm not going to give away too much there, but it does some really cool stuff. And it's a great show. I'm really excited for season two. The cast is really good. I really enjoy the cast. My wife doesn't like the kid who plays the boy, and so I forget what his name is. Yeah, let me see if I can pull that up. I don't want to be without the data for you guys. So the Gifted cast. Okay, let's see. Where is this guy? Gifted. Let's see. Reed Strucker. Andy Strucker, played by Percy Hines White. Okay, so my wife does not like that actor. I do like that actor. I think he's doing a marvelous job. And I think that the entire cast is actually quite phenomenal. I really enjoy them. There was only one person that seemed to really annoy me, and it was I think it was I think it was Elena Satine. And I think it was just the character that was written, the way that she was written in the story was a little bit odd for me. But the rest of everything was really nice. I really enjoyed the show. I think it's a great X-Men TV series. And if you didn't know it was X-Men, it is X-Men, and it's wonderful. So check that out. The second season comes out in 3 days. And that, I believe, it's going to be on Fox, which just got bought by Disney. So we're going to see how long this lasts. We know that the series will continue. It's going to do its second season run, and then whatever Marvel decides to do after that is what's going to happen after that. And so that's going to be airing weekly starting on Tuesday, September 25th at 8 p.m. So you can expect, if you don't have like cable like me, or a satellite or any of that, you can still watch it. We watch it on Hulu the day after. So instead of watching it September 25th, you'll be watching it September 26th if you have Hulu. And that's a lot of fun. And this one's really nice because it teases the underground and it teases the Morlocks. I'm really excited because they're going to dive deeper into the Hellfire Club and go deep on the Morlocks, literally deep underground, which will be really fun. So now, on top of that, we have The Flash coming back alongside Black Lightning on October 9th. Both of those on October 9th. I'm really excited for the next season of Flash. I actually just recently started watching Black Lightning, and that is going to be. I'm really excited to finish that. I got super distracted because we have a young boy. He's 4 months old, and so it's been difficult to watch any kind of like adult content around this environment. So we don't watch any of that with our kids in the room. My wife and I will watch like a couple episodes at night after the kids have gone to bed or something like that. But balancing time between what my wife wants to watch and what I want to watch, sometimes I just pick something other than, like, say, Black Lightning, The Flash. I had to go back and catch up on this stuff. So But I am very excited because it's a good show so far. I really enjoy the character. I really enjoy the plot. It's great. So Flash, great show. I'm gonna watch the next season. The recent seasons have had some hit and miss. Like some of the episodes, you can tell as filler. It's not as good quality as like the first couple seasons. However, I really enjoyed season 3, and I'm looking very much forward to season 4. And so also the new villain, Cicada, I think that's how you say his name, seems like a very awesome villain. So I'm looking forward to that. Black Lightning on October 9th. It's going to be good. I can't read the details here, but both of those are going to be on CW, airing weekly starting Tuesday, October 9th. And so that's where we'll be watching that. And if you don't have it on like cable or anything, you can watch it on cw.com. They've been doing that for a very long time, which is a genius move. So go to cw.com and you can watch it there. There will be commercials. They are long, extensive, and highly interruptive, but you can still watch it and it's fun. So I'm going to be doing that. And then also Titans on October 12th. So October 12th, we're going to get Titans on the DC Universe streaming service. So I intend to purchase the DC streaming service. I want to watch all the content on DC streaming service, including the Titans. This one's controversial because they have depicted certain characters, namely Raven, Beast Boy, and specifically Starfire, in very different interpretations than we have seen in the past. And not just racially, but like costume wise and age differences between the characters, making Raven super young, picking a very young actress for the role. Beast Boy has shown up a lot with no like makeup. So he has green hair, but he looks like just a white Asian dude. And I'm really hoping that he is green, and he is in fact green the entire time. And then also um, Starfire. That's a whole nother can of worms. I've made videos where I talk about why people have issues with it, why I have had issues with it, but also why I myself am still willing to just wait and see. Wait and see. Context will tell us everything we need to know, whether or not we were right to be worried or not. But regardless of that, there's plenty of other TV shows that will be on the DC Universe streaming service, and that not just Titans, but also Doom Patrol, the Harley Quinn TV show, the horror Swamp Thing, and then basically every DC content you can even imagine will be on there, save for I think only the CW stuff. And so then after that we have Supergirl on October 14th. This is also a CW TV show, but it's getting, I want to say, interesting. I have so many problems with this, with the Supergirl TV show. This is me giving you my personal opinion about Supergirl. Is that they get so overtly political, and they apply their politics into um, everything they do. It's so frustrating, especially being that I disagree with so much of what they promote. It's almost hurtful because I want to love this show. I love the character Supergirl. I love the character of Martian Manhunter. I love the villains that they portray. I love most of the actors that they've picked for these roles, and especially even the supporting cast. I love the supporting cast in the show. The problem for me is that they won't shut up about politics in this show. It's very frustrating, and I'm going to read you this description. Maybe it'll resonate, maybe it won't. It says, following the threat posed by the Kryptonian world killers, which was last season, it says the new season of Supergirl will see Kara Zor-El and her allies in the DEO having to contend with violent human first movement that threatens the life of every alien trying to live peacefully in the United States. And then it says, thankfully, Kara will now have new heroic allies and a new costume to help her fight against the jingoistic Agent Liberty. So I guess Agent Liberty is going to be a bad guy. And this whole idea of the good guys fighting the violent human first movement, what they're painting here is anybody who wants borders. And I'm gonna try to keep this super short because I don't want this channel to be uh, political, really. But the idea here is that Supergirl is so in your face about their politics, so like this is right and this is wrong, and there's no gray area. Why are we even talking about it? That's how they think. That's how they operate. They don't see it. They don't see political ideas as, we all want to make the world a better place, most of us, and this person has a different idea of what a better world looks like. And they have different ideas about how to get to that better world. And then they don't want to have a conversation about that. What they're saying here is the human first movement is actually America first in our real world. So if you exit Supergirl, they're saying the bad guys are the people who put America first and want to close borders and like have more you know what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Monitoring across the border, making sure that people are being properly vetted on the way in. And they're saying it threatens the life of every alien trying to live in the live peacefully in the United States. They're for open borders and they want illegal immigration. And they're saying that you're the bad guy if you disagree with their opinion of how America ought to operate. So this is going to be highly frustrating for me. I'm going to try to grind through as much of it as I can because I heard that Sam Witwer is going to be in this next season, and he's one of my favorite actors. So I've been trying to catch up and grind through it. It's painful for me, but I've been doing it. I'm seriously one of the only people that started watching Supergirl that is still watching Supergirl. And I agree fundamentally with almost everything that Supergirl stands for. Um, but it's rough. I will watch the next season as much as I can handle it. I finished all of it up to now, so I'm current, but it's painful for me. I won't lie to you guys. And that airs weekly starting Sunday, October 14th at 8 p.m. So that I'll probably be watching on CW.com. But that's good. I am excited for the next season because Sam Witwer. I think that the stories are not bad. The stories are pretty decent, but it's the constant bombardment of politics. When I watch Supergirl, when I watch Arrow, when I watch Flash, sorry for bumping the mic, I don't want politics. I want to be like when I watch Star Wars, I want it to be a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away from Fox News and CNN and all of the drama that we go through on a day-to-day basis. I don't want that. I want to tune out. But then they bring it back into Supergirl, and now I don't want to watch it because now it's, you know what I mean? It's like it's just like it puts a bad taste in my mouth, especially because they're calling people who disagree with them the bad guys constantly. It's very frustrating. I'll probably at some point make a video about this, but I'll probably do it on my Instagram because I don't want to further politicize this channel. I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm very sorry. But anyway, next after that, which is super exciting, is Arrow. Arrow on October 15th. This looks really good. So the last season of Arrow, I'm going to read this for you. Last season of Arrow saw Oliver Queen save Star City from crime boss Ricardo Diaz. The victory was a Pyrrhic one, however, with Diaz evading arrest and Oliver having to reveal himself to the world as the Green Arrow before pleading guilty to a host of federal charges in order to secure the FBI's help against Diaz's criminal empire. Now, as Oliver Queen is fighting for his life among the criminals he helped to put away, and the rest of Team Arrow is hamstrung in their efforts to protect Star City by a police force and civil government more concerned with vigilantism than organized crime, Diaz is plotting revenge. This is exciting because Diaz was an amazing villain, and I'm really glad that he's sticking around for the next season. I wish that they, once all the technical stuff and the legalities. I know that Walter Hamada is a decent dude, and he's allowing there to be characters that are in the movies now in the shows, and he's allowing that duality to exist. So perhaps we will eventually get Slade back. Perhaps we will eventually get, say, the Suicide Squad back on Arrow. That would be wonderful. But this season's already going to be jam packed with stuff. They don't need more than they already have. With Batgirl, with the Team Arrow being divided, and then Star City not looking to their heroes to help them or to join with them to take down criminals. They're more concerned with the vigilantes than the criminals themselves. And this sounds awesome. I'm really excited to see Oliver in prison fighting for his life. It's going to be really good. Plus, he's growing out the beard, which is super comic book. It's about time that he's got that long beard for the show. I'm really excited. These guys know exactly what they're doing. Arrow has had some ups that drop a little bit, but for the most part, I would say, season 1 gold, season 2 gold, but then they flip it a little bit where it's still really good, but it's different now. It's no longer based on a comic book show. It's a show now that is leaning into its comic book origins after season 2. Actually, I think it was after season 1, but they really dove for it in the following seasons. And there's been some ups with that. There's been some downs with that, but it's a good show, and you're gonna like it most likely. So then go ahead, check that out. That's Monday, October 15th on at 8 p.m. on CW. Then Legends of Tomorrow on October 22nd. I am so behind. I have not been following. Again, this one kind of gets into a little bit of the politics for me that it bums me out because I love the cast. I like the characters from the shows that they came from. I liked the first season, but it's still everywhere they go in the past, it's racism and homosexuality everywhere they go, and they can't just generate one story without something like that. They can't just like what I mean. It's like I don't have any problem with homosexuality. If you want to do what you want to do, that's on you. But I don't want that like I don't need to be preached to about your opinions. You know what I mean? Like if and I that's just how it is for me. And like the whole thing about like racism like being absolutely everywhere. It's like, yeah, you go to the past, you find racism, but they call back to the future saying it doesn't get any better. Or like, it's like, yes, it does. We abolished racism. It's like it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. But yeah, I haven't seen any of that since I think the second season. But anyway, that one, if you're still watching that, that's going to be October 22nd, 8 p.m. On a Monday, and check that out either on CW or on CW.com. That's going to be probably a lot of fun. I bet you anything that if I were to just plow through just like I did with Supergirl, it would probably be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the cast. I love Heatwave. I love Adam. I love White Canary. I love most of the cast there. I've seen pictures of the new groups, and I'm like, dang, it's changed a lot since I stopped watching. But like John Constantine, I didn't even see him join. So I was before that. But anyway, next up on the list, Runaways, December 21st. So this one's really interesting. They decided to switch the style. This show was amazing. I love the first season. My wife loves the first season. It's magic the way that they tell this story, and it's really fun because their parents are not good people, and so they end up running away, which is in the title, so it's no spoiler there. But part of it, which is a blast, is that back then we were watching episode for episode, just like The Gifted. But this time around, they decided, you know what? We're just going to go straight to Hulu. We're going to do it on Hulu, and we're going to drop it like a Netflix show. Boom! So on December 21st, you're going to be able to, kaboom, binge watch the entire thing. The whole show, the whole season comes out on the 21st of December, right before Christmas, so you can have something to binge on your holiday break. If you're not spending a lot of time with family, which you totally should be. But anyway, another interesting one is Daredevil. Now, on the link that I'm going to cite for you guys in the description below, it doesn't have a date for this, but that's because the article came out before the release of the date. I believe October 19th is the release date for Daredevil Season 3. Daredevil Season 3 comes out very soon. Right? Let me see. October 19th. So it's right after Arrow premieres and right before Legends of Tomorrow. So that's going to be a really, really fun time for us. Daredevil, if the third season is anything as good as the first season or even the second season, if it's in that realm, in that ballpark, it could possibly be one of the best TV trilogies of all time. It's so good. and obviously it's for mature uh, viewers. You know, it's not for kids. It's very brutal. The violence is very aggressive, and it gets pretty dark with like the drug stuff and all that. But it's going to be a good time for those of us who are fans of this show. And Netflix is doing such a good job right now. I mean, Luke Cage season 2 was wonderful in my opinion. Iron Fist season 2 is fire. It is so good. Daredevil season 3, I'm hopeful that it's going to be um, on par with the previous two, because Daredevil is the best TV show that they have on Netflix for superhero content. It really truly is the best. Season 1, the best. Season 2 was it was an impressive, almost a step up. It was as good as the first season. It was different because they included the Punisher, but even that, John Bernthal crushed it as the Punisher. I'm so excited for this. And so I think that one, let me see. Oh yes, Bullseye is rumored to be the villain here, and so I know that in the teaser trailer they show um, the letters on the chest piece for the guys that are in armor. All you see is the letter F in white, but it looks like those are Fisk's men. So it looks like it's either FBI, but the letters are really long, and it's not an eye that you can see. So at the front of the word, you see the letter F. I believe it's Fisk's men that Daredevil's beating up in that trailer, and I believe that we're also going to get to see Bullseye. I think that would be incredible, and probably even Typhoid Mary, who was in Iron Fist. That would be really cool. She was a great actress, great character. One of the better parts, I would say, of Iron Fist. Really good. And yeah, I think that comes to the end of this list. But there is one more thing to talk about, and it's the crossover for all of the CW stuff. So in this, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about all these. The Arrowverse 2018 crossover has a lot going on. Everyone knows that Batwoman, played by Ruby Rose, is going to be one of the centerpieces of this crossover. And with that being said, that should be big enough, especially being that they announced that she's going to be launching into her own show from this crossover. But that's not the only news. We also know that Tyler Hoechlin is coming back to play Superman in this crossover. And the rumor is that he's probably going to be reestablishing himself as one of the strongest people in the CW verse, because he's been a total wuss up till now. They did that whole thing in Supergirl, and obviously they do it to hype up Supergirl. They want to make her look good, but it pissed a lot of people off because it's like they were like, oh, he was infected with, I think it was like silver kryptonite or something. They made him like believe he was trying to fight Zod, and he's going full strength, and they're like, he was weakened with kryptonite. That's why Supergirl beat him. He's like, no, Supergirl, he's like, I was infected with silver kryptonite, so I thought you were Zod. I was going full strength. I wasn't weakened. You beat me fair and square. You're the champion of Earth. It's like, okay, you lost me there. That's when John Campea said he was done with the show. He's not, I'm done. You lost me. I'm not coming back. Too bad. That's it. Like, that's the end of the road for him. So for John Campea to say that, I know there's many more of you guys out there, including myself. That was when I dropped out the first time. The first time I dropped out, I was like, I can't get past this. This is absolutely stupid. And then I was like, you know what? Okay, hang on. Let me just give it a chance. Let me try to just put my personal like thing aside. Let me see if it gets better. And it does not really get better. There's some good stuff in the show. There are plenty of good moments and good episodes that are in the show, but then there's countless other episodes that are so heavily political, it hurts my brain. It hurts my feelings. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's like it's just it's a bad taste in my mouth. I can't stomach to continue watching those types of things. But I like Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. I just can't stand the way they wrote the character. So hopefully they reestablish him as, yeah, he's really the biggest, baddest dude around. So I hope that happens. And then also Lois Lane is going to be played by Elizabeth Tulloch from Grimm. And so that is very big news because we haven't seen Lois Lane. We've heard her called out in Supergirl a number of times, but and even Lois Lane's sister, who was played by what's the name of Channing Tatum's ex-wife. She was the girl in Step Up. Geez, my wife she would know right now. She loves her so much. Um, Gosh, their name's like on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In Supergirl, Channing Tatum's ex-wife plays uh, the sister of Lois Lane. I forgot what her name was, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But anyway, the point was that Lois Lane has been teased a number of times. And so it's very interesting. They have that. But now, on top of Batwoman and Batwoman launching into her own show, Superman, and then also Lois Lane for the first time, we're also getting now. What is this? It says Cassandra Jean Amell has been cast as Mr. Freeze's wife, Nora Freeze, in the crossover event, and it hasn't been confirmed how much of Nora fans will see in the crossover. Some characters like Lois Lane will only be in 2 or 3 episodes. Nora has an integral role in the origin story of Mr. Freeze, one of Batman's most well-known villains. After Nora became fatally ill, her husband Victor, a cryogenicist, was so desperate to save her that he found a way to put her in suspended animation. But the process was interrupted and she was killed. The tragedy is what led to Victor's transformation into Mr. Freeze. Armed with a freeze gun, much like Captain Cold, Victor began a mission of revenge against those he held responsible for Nora's death. Mr. Freeze has been involved in numerous battles with the Caped Crusader and was portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 1997 film Batman and Robin. The character also appeared in season 2 of Gotham. The presence of Nora suggests that the crossover may adapt Mr. Freeze's classic origin story, with the crossover set to explore Gotham City. Mr. Freeze could be the first of many villains from Batman's Rogues Gallery to receive their Arrowverse debut in December. But it says it's also possible that the crossover is simply introducing Nora so Mr. Freeze can be explored later in the planned Batwoman TV series. Mr. Freeze has a reputation as one of DC's most tragic and interesting characters. So fans may have plenty to look forward to if this is indeed the direction the Arrowverse is about to take. That's very exciting. And then season 7 of Arrow premieres October 7th, which we already talked about, followed by season 5 of The Flash on October 9th and season 4 of Supergirl on October 14th. This is awesome news. So this is really cool. I'm really glad they're exploring Gotham City, and I'm really glad that they're picking a character like Mr. Freeze. Now, we don't know that Mr. Freeze will show up in the crossover. We know that his wife will show up, but she's what sets up Mr. Freeze to become Mr. Freeze. He's trying to save her, so he puts her in a cryostasis, and she's effectively dead. But he freezes her anyway, and does everything in his power to try to save her, and he becomes a very broken man. It's a really cool story. Excuse me, I'm very tired. Yes, so that was the last part of this news for the updates of all the TV shows. And that's a lot. And that's not even all the shows that are coming out if you include like animated stuff, but I'm not going to go over that right now. There's a lot going on in the world of Marvel and DC. So stay tuned for all of that. There's a lot happening, and I'm very, very excited for all of these things. I will probably watch all of it except for, I'm guessing, Black Lightning and probably Legends of Tomorrow. I'm thinking I'll probably see everything else, basically. And I say Black Lightning only because I might not have enough time. But if I can make the time, I'll definitely catch up and then watch the new season. I'm just so far behind on that it'll be hard for me to watch all these other shows and then all the movies that are coming up and then also catch up on that. So I'll do my best. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below if you guys are going to be watching any or all of these shows. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Are you guys excited for these shows? Which ones excites you the most? Do any of these seem like a disappointment to you guys? Let me know about that in the comments below as well. I'd love to have this discussion. And then also, if you guys could do me a favor, if you like the content you see, please make sure to give me a like, share this video with someone you think would find this interesting. And then also, make sure to leave those comments down below, because that's really what it's all about. I love to engage with you guys in the comments. And then make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and then also turn on notifications so that you guys can be notified right away when I upload my next video or when I go live next time, so that you can take part in these videos as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys stay tuned for more right here on The Stuff of Legend.